Creating your morning routine as a woman is know your monthly cycle and give yourself grace. Start off with nurturing your spiritual life. Nurture your soul. Take that time to just pray, have some silent time. Don't just rush into the day ahead. It really matters that you're listening to yourself, you're connecting. For me, it is a time to just connect with God. Hear what my heart is saying, because once this day is gone, it's gone. So I'm all asking myself in the morning, what are my dreams? How do I want to achieve them? Hello. Today we are talking about how to create an amazing morning routine as a millennial woman. And I always love talking about morning routines because people say to me, Lorraine, how do I start my day in a way that maximizes my level of productivity, in a way that makes me feel good? And me, I'm all about really living your life. It's like just acknowledging that today is a gift and living it to your maximum best. So that is why we're talking about creating a morning routine. And first thing I always want people to know is morning routine, you don't have to be strict about it. So it changes with time. I know for me, I travel for work sometimes, so it looks different depending on what is happening in the season. That being said, I used to be so strict with myself. I used to be like, you know what, for the next 90 days, I'm going to be waking up at 4 a.m. and then doing this. And then if I failed, I would really just beat myself up and feel like a failure. Nowadays, I'm really fluid, even if I miss a day, even if it changes, I am fine with that. The first thing is go to bed at the same time every night. We cannot talk about a morning routine if we're not talking about how you're ending your day. And I think that evening routines are even harder than morning ones. At least for me, I know, because I'm more of a morning person. So when you go to bed at the same time, then you can wake up at the same time. Because in order for you to have a really productive, amazing morning routine that makes you feel good during the day, then you need to wake up at the same time each morning, or at least Monday to Fridays, and then weekends you sleep in. So I know that for me, my typical waking up time is 5 a.m. Sometimes it can be 6 a.m. if I go to bed late. And then on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, I just let myself sleep. So I don't wake up with an alarm clock. I let myself sleep. That being said, make sure you're getting enough sleep every night. So I need 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And then when it's that time of the month, I need maybe 8 to 9 hours of sleep. So how many hours of sleep do you need? Because in order for us to have an amazing morning routine, it needs to start with getting sufficient sleep, getting into bed at time, and waking up at the same time. Second thing is every Sunday before the week begins, take some time to plan ahead for your actual week. So maybe take 30 minutes to an hour or 2 hours and plan ahead just a rough draft of what you think your week is going to be and how you want it to actually look like. The third thing when it comes to creating your morning routine is know your monthly cycle as a woman and give yourself grace. So like I said before, it's going to look different at different times of the month, and depending on what is happening in your job, what is happening in your family. So look ahead and give yourself grace. I know that for me, I know that week number 1, week number 2, I am so energetic. I am so happy. Week number 3, I'm just kind of meh. Week number 4, I need more sleep and I need to rest and I just need to love on myself more. So I want you to take this into consideration when you're creating your morning routine. The fourth thing when it comes to actually now having your morning routine is when you wake up first thing in the morning, start off with nurturing your spiritual life. For me, this looks like reading my Bible, spending time in prayer. It used to be spending time in meditation, and I actually miss that. I actually wish that I could still spend time in meditation the way I used to, because I remember end of last year, I was meditating every morning for an hour. I think I did it for like 30 days, 30 days straight. I wake up 5 a.m., sit down, meditate until 6 a.m. So nurture your spiritual life, nurture your soul. Take that time to just pray, have some silent time. Don't just rush into the day ahead. It really matters that you're listening to yourself, you're connecting. For me, it is a time to just connect with God. Hear what my heart is saying, hear what God is saying. So the first thing when you wake up in the morning, nurture your spiritual life. And then journal and connect with your vision for the week. So when I started with having a morning routine many years ago, I actually read Hal Errol's book called The Miracle Morning, and he has what he calls the savers. So I use those as a guide for me. And then I also read The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, and it just lit a fire under my butt when it comes to morning routine. So for you, spend some time journaling, connect with your vision. I think that sometimes we live life on autopilot without really thinking about what it is we want, what our vision is. We just go on with life without even thinking about our vision. But I want you to just spend some time writing down, connect with your vision, ask yourself important questions before the day begins. What is your vision for the quarter? So we just started the month of April, and last Sunday I just spent the morning in my bed just really reflecting on the first quarter of the year and thinking about the next quarter. And during my morning routine, I spend a few minutes just looking at that vision for myself, internalizing it, just really making it personal for myself, because I always want to be aware of where I'm heading. I just don't want to live my life as if, like taking this day for granted, because once this day is gone, it's gone. So I'm all asking myself in the morning, what are my dreams? How do I want to achieve them? How do I want to show up today? And then I journal. For me, this quarter has been about, I want to show up courageous. I want to have more fun. I want to put myself out there and do things that I'm afraid of doing. I want to be intentional about, I'm part of this group called the Adventurous Women SA. Last time we went horse riding. Sometimes they do kayaking, and I want to be intentional about those things. And I take time during my morning routine, during journaling, to actually connect with this vision and write it down again. Next thing is spend some time doing some affirmations. I know for me, affirmations totally changed my life. They really changed my life for me. So I remember when I started doing affirmations, I read Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. And I always recommend Louise Hay. If you know that you struggle with self-worth, you look down upon yourself, you don't really celebrate yourself as a woman, you question your values, you question where you're going. If your life is a mess, I recommend reading Louise Hay's book because she talks about healing the body. But I think that part of that is healing your heart, healing your soul, and really nurturing yourself as a woman, because maybe no one ever did that for you when you were growing up. And now as an adult woman, you need to come back and nurture yourself. So spending time in affirmations was a game changer. Louise Hay talks a lot about just saying, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And for the longest time, that was my affirmation. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And in the mornings, I remind myself of this, that I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And as a Christian woman, I take a lot of value from the love of God from me. And as an extension, I love myself. I see myself as a person who is worth loving, who is worth nurturing, who is worth celebrating. And when you're doing your affirmations, you're simply reminding yourself. So maybe if your affirmation in the season is about advancing in your career, your affirmation can be, I am worthy of doing work that I love. I am worthy of spending my time doing fun things. I love myself. I celebrate myself. Let me know in the comments below, what are your affirmations? What affirmations are coming up for you? Next thing is read a nourishing book. I know that my life, my life truly changed when I was really intentional about reading. And when I start my day, I'm intentional about reading a book. More so now, I've shifted to Audible, so I will listen to the book instead of reading it, but make it your aim to just spend 10 to 20 minutes every day learning something new by reading an amazing book. And you don't have to read a book from beginning to the end. You can just open a book randomly and read whatever is really speaking to you on that particular day. And as you do, your mindset starts growing, the way you think starts evolving and shifting. So make it your intention every morning during your morning routine to read a book. Next thing is exercise. It is so important that you're moving. I have to say, for me, I am not a fanatic when it comes to exercise. I think I'm just luckily natural when it comes to my body. I don't need to exercise a lot. That being said, I'm a very energetic person, so I will go for hikes and that sort of thing. But in the morning, I will try and just go for a short walk. I would do a few squats. I don't even know what my routine is called. I just wing it, on my yoga mat. Just do some exercise, go out for a walk in the fresh, crisp morning air. What about for you? What does exercise look like? I know that I hate gyms. I've never been a gym person. I have tried F45. I have gone to the gym, but I'm more out in nature and just doing my thing. So think about what that looks like for you and just spend 10 to 20 minutes exercising. Other people spend an hour. Whatever rocks your boat is fine. Lastly, when it comes to your morning routine is plan ahead for the day. Just, I know for me, I plan for the week. So when it comes to the day, I already have a rough plan, but sometimes things change. So before finishing my morning routine, I would just take a quick look at my planner to see what's ahead for the day. Well, that's it, my loves, when it comes to crafting an amazing morning routine for yourself. I really want to hear from you. What was your main takeaway? And what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to create your morning routine? Just let me know in the comment section. By now, if you have not subscribed, seriously, if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button already, because I publish videos 3 times a week and I want you to be there for it. And also hit the notification bell so that you can be notified each time a video comes up. Until then, have a beautiful day.